G'day everyone, Turk here. If it's your first time stopping in, welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping in, hope you enjoy it. If you've been here before, thank you very much for your support in any way you've given it. Every little bit is noticed and appreciated. You guys are awesome. Today I'm going to be watching Big Push and their cover of I Shot the Sheriff. This has been suggested to me for quite some time and thought I'd finally get off my butt and watch it, especially since knowing the original and various other covers of it. It's going to be hopefully a bit lighter on me than some of the more recent videos have been. So can't wait to jump into this one. I've put it off for way too long already. So yeah, hopefully we can all enjoy it together. If you haven't already, please give a like to the video. Pardon me. Share it if you'd feel like it. Subscribe would be awesome. And if you really want to support the channel further, please head over to my Patreon page and subscribe there. There's going to be a bunch of exclusives, early access to videos like this one. And what else have I got? Oh, shout-outs. Can't forget the shout-outs. Generally, after the actual videos played, during my outro, I'll pump up the shout-outs there. So please, if you feel like chucking a couple of dollars towards the channel, that's the place to do so. Well, enough of my rambling on and bullcrap. Let's get on with the video. So this is the Big Push and I Shot the Sheriff. Okay, I would have stopped a little earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt the solo. So most of the other things of Wren's I've seen, except for the War Pigs video, have been not as instrument based. Let's just say, it's been more focused on the story he's telling, and the music's there as a part of that story. Whereas so far this probably showcases his guitar playing a lot more than those would. And I can definitely rock out a decent blues scale. It's not easy to get out of the little niche that a lot of your influences pushed you towards. So to be able to go from what he's mainly known for to things like this is actually really good. It shows a lot of growth and just such a wide, diverse interest in music and love for music. And on another note, while I never have liked the look or feel of Fender Telecasters, I gotta say, damn, they sound good for almost any style of music. They're phenomenal for metal, but you don't see a lot of metal bands playing them live because they don't look metal. And let's face it, I fall into that trap too. There's a lot of instruments a lot of basses and guitars, should I say, that I don't like because of the way they look. But, you know, if I'm spending a lot of money on an instrument, I want to look good as well. But the main point, Fender Telecasters do sound incredible. Alright, let's keep going and... or let's hope... I have no idea what I was going to say. I've completely lost my train of thought with that one. Ren stuff has a habit of doing that to me. So I'm just going to shut up and we can keep going. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I knew I'd spot bass playing Jesus in this one. Now, I don't want anyone to think that I say that as an insult at all. Not at all. It's just the beard and the hair, let's face it, like I can talk. Just the first thing that popped into my mind when I watched the War Pigs video was, Jesus playing bass. It's not an insult whatsoever. In fact, it's a term of endearment, because I actually really liked what he did in that clip, and I'm sure I will in this one too. Let's go back here before I started talking initially. Just before he gets back into it, I just wanted to point something out there. Not on this video, obviously, but on other ones, I've heard people comment on vocals being overdriven like they were there. Like, generally, it's people just seeing a lot of blues stuff or reggae stuff for the first time. I think what he has done there was an intentional choice, because he quite easily could have just taken half a step back from the microphone and it likely would not have overdriven. I mean, he may be using an effect to do it, but in all honesty, he may be just overdriving it. And I think it's an intentional choice because a lot of blues and reggae groups do that because it adds a vintage sound to the vocals, which, you know, adds to the feel of music. So I think that's a really good choice and really shows his understanding of the music that he's playing, which once again does not come as a surprise to me. Oh, I should really go back there because let's try from there. Yeah, good point. Yes, it's all around in my hometown. People were trying to track me down. For crime that I did not commit. For the just
without the plant a seed. We will say we kill it before we grow. Yeah, we will say kill it before we grow. But I said,
seems like a good place to pause it. Yeah, great performance so far, and he just knows exactly which notes to hold for effect, and has such a good control over his singing voice. I can't say this enough. Like, the guy is phenomenal. Like, he doesn't do something unless it's got a point. Like, he doesn't just do things because, or because they might get a good reaction. He seems to do everything with a point that will add to what he's trying to do. Like, it's phenomenal. Like, so many musicians, myself included, have fallen into the trap of trying to show off. And if you do things at the right time and with purpose, you don't need to show off, because they will show off for you. Like, he didn't do anything amazing or spectacular there, but it did everything that it needed to, and the whole part of the performance was lifted because of it. Right. As he said in his million subscribers video, and as the saying that I like, a rising tide lifts all ships. It works in the music itself as well. Right. If you have everything working in its correct spots, it will lift the entire song, not just the one section. And on a more selfish note, I would like to see what instruments the other guys are playing, because I think it might be a jazz bass that the bassist has, but I can't quite tell, because he's not the focus, and I think it's a Rickenbacker guitar that the other guitarist is playing. But that's just the gearhead in me. Anyway, back to the video, because I'm sure that's what you'd prefer to be listening to than my rambling about what people's gear is. So, and almost forgot, got to go back, otherwise I'll miss something. Perfect cut-off point for that note. Good bass run, good spot. Alright, he's playing a P bass, not a jazz bass. It's not a Rickenbacker either, that's an Epiphone 335, I think, or a 339. Let's pause it there before it goes in the next note. Now, don't crucify me if it's a Gibson and not an Epiphone. Epiphones are made by Gibson, and they do a lot of the 335s and 339s at a more cost-effective level. And being that I still can't see the headstock, I don't know for sure. Anyway, we'll go back so I don't miss his solo, because that would not be doing him justice. Yeah, we'll go back to there. It is a Gibson, I believe. I think I can see enough of the headstock there. Yeah. Just want to point out the Gibson 335 and 339s. They're another guitar that, while I may not be a huge fan of the look or feel of them, in fact, I'm not huge on the feel of most Gibsons, to be honest, but there's no denying they are, in my opinion, the quintessential blues guitar. The only one I think comes close is the Telecaster, but I think those Gibsons do beat them out. And there are a lot of ones that come close behind those, like you've got your Les Pauls and such. Generally, a good hollow body or heavy bodied guitar is really good for blues, just because you get that nice growl out of them without having to overdrive them as much. And yes, as I said, I then recognised what the bassist has. I knew it was a Fender. I knew it was either a P bass or a jazz bass, but couldn't see the lower half of the body. As soon as it zoomed around a bit, definitely a P bass, which makes sense because while I prefer jazz basses myself, as you can see, I've got a couple on the wall. P bass is just an industry standard. Like, you can play any style of music with a P bass. Like, they are the most versatile bass that I know of. Only ones I think come close to those are some of the higher end Yamaha basses. Most other basses are good for certain styles, but those ones you can play anything. Anyway, I've gone off on an equipment tangent again. I do love playing me a good game of tangents. I think this is one of the first videos that I've really fallen down the tangent rabbit hole in. So I'll try and shut up about that and get back to the video. Fantastic palm mutes there. I call it that. Ah. Oh no, that was the end. Well, like I said, not a huge amount of surprises there, but what it did show to me is how good he and the guys he playing with, because I did notice things they were doing as well that really added to the song. Like, there was a couple of times, there was a few little tiny bass runs that really accented the right spots. How good they are at feeling where the music should be and knowing what to do to make it pop just that little bit more, and as a whole, not just one section. Like I said, there was nothing spectacular done in that video, but what was spectacular is how they played exactly what needed to be to make the whole song feel good. Like, fantastic group of musicians. Like, I'm not surprised that Ren surrounds himself with people who obviously have a passion for music, because he does, from what I've seen. But you can tell why they're in it. They're in it for music, and it took me a long time to get into that position because, you know, while I love music, you know, when I was younger, not all of my priorities were where I think they should be, but they seem to have worked out a lot earlier than I did. So kudos to them, and yeah, that's about it. Not much more I can say. Like, fantastic song done by some fantastic musicians. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for stopping by for something a bit lighter. Sorry about going on a bit of an equipment tangent there, but it's the musician's curse. We see musicians playing, we're always interested in what gear they have. So thanks for dropping by. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to my Patreon if you'd really like to support that channel just that bit more. Like I said, there's exclusives, early access, voting on which songs I'm going to be doing in the upcoming weeks. Yeah, that's about it. Have a good one, guys, and remember, peace out. Catch you later.